Man controlling the action, senior official, Robert Wells.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the back. I want to remind you that this is for the Grappler's title, so we have some special rules. No top rope maneuvers. Instead of the normal 10 count outside the ring, you get a 5 count instead. And when I ring that bell, y'all come out wrestling.
You heard Robert Wells, and he rings that bell, come out wrestling, and that's what I expect these two to do. It is Charles Murphy, your captivating commentator here, King of Sports Traveling Coliseum, and we have a Grappler's title match. This has been brewing for a while, folks. Xavier Gotti versus Nate Collins. Wasn't supposed to happen here tonight, but as luck would have it, the faithful here in Miller Grove, it absolutely is happening, and this should be an instant classic right here. Two spectacular athletes who attack the Grappler's rules in very different ways. And Xavier Gotti extending the hand, but no love lost here. I know Nate Collins very, very well, and Nate Collins is all business. He's not going to allow any type of respect to get in the way of destroying his opponent, especially that he's got a title. He worked hard for that title, and Xavier Gotti has worked hard to get this title matchup. And as you will see, these two are pretty well matched up in all ways. Both great athletes. Xavier Gotti is one of the best athletes I've seen in the King of Sports ring. But they attack the rules of this particular matchup in different ways. You can only get a 5 count on the outside, and no drop toe hold right there from Xavier Gotti, and no top rope maneuvers. And here we go, Xavier Gotti with a barrel roll, and fantastic counter right there from Nate Collins, grabbing the leg on the barrel, on the gator roll, and not allowing Xavier Gotti to complete the roll. And now he's got a headlock on there. That was a very smooth transition by a very smooth technical wrestler in Nate Collins. Xavier Gotti, a little bit more of a high flyer, has been able to use the rules of not having top rope maneuvers and using the middle rope as a launching pad plenty of times. And here we go. It looks like, per example right there, Xavier Gotti using the middle rope and using everything to his advantage, using extreme athleticism as a rolling senton right there from Xavier Gotti, now crawling over for the pin. 1, 2, just a 2 count right there from Robert Wells. Title matches all around tonight. Emilio Guzman and Nobi Bryant for the Alliance Championship later. Nate flipping and twisting into the corner, using that torque to almost increase his body weight as he flips into the corner. Splashing, using a little bit more speed right there. Torque's the real thing here in wrestling, folks. And now Nate flipping, slipping, disorienting, and a knee to the face. And here we go, count. 1, 2, just a 2 count from Robert Wells, our lead official here at King of Sports Wrestling. The King of Sports Traveling Coliseum here in Miller Grove is alive, as you see the fans giving their support to both of these men. Both of these men absolutely have earned the right to be called top-level stars here at King of Sports Wrestling. Nate Collins has battled and battled to be a champion, and now up and over right there, Xavier Gotti. Xavier Gotti with a bulldog. Fantastic maneuver right there from Xavier Gotti, and Xavier Gotti falling up, not allowing Nate Collins to get a breath. Looks like, look over the sharpshooter, sharpshooter right there from Xavier Gotti, too close to the ropes. Nate Collins a little too close to the ropes. I think Nate's going to be able to get to those ropes pretty easily, and then there we go. Xavier Gotti not locking that in the middle of the ropes, not even locking it in tight enough, I think. It's one of the first times I think I've seen Xavier Gotti use the sharpshooter, so using some more bags in his tricks is Xavier Gotti pulling out all the stops for a title match, and then dueling atomic drops and a leg drop right there from Nate Collins, just smooth. And that's how you gotta attack a man like Xavier Gotti, who's a fantastic athlete. You gotta use some big power moves, and now he's gonna repeat right there. Smooth roll-up right there with Xavier Gotti. 1, 2, kick out. Again, both of these men, fantastic technical wrestlers. Big knee strike to stop the momentum of Xavier Gotti. That was not a desperation maneuver. And again, now Nate locking in a good crossface right there. But again, close to the ropes right there is Xavier Gotti. I think he can make his way there. Both of these men making a little bit of a mistake in their ring placement for their first attempts at submission maneuvers, at legitimate submission maneuvers. And look at Nate just wrenching back. Oh, showing a little bit of tenacity, a little bit of nastiness is Nate Collins. Xavier Gotti has to take advantage of this. 5 minutes left in this championship match. Xavier Gotti needs to take advantage of the breath that he's getting right now. Nate Collins taking a little bit too much time, I believe. Nate Collins sending Xavier Gotti into the rope. Xavier Gotti firing off again and up, around, DDT right there. Spinning around from Xavier Gotti. Giving himself some room, a little bit of desperation right there from Xavier. Nate getting to his feet first. Nate looks a little dazed right now. Oh, just playing to the people, playing a little possum is Nate Collins, but you can't play possum with that right there. Big strike, and Nate follows up with a big double chop. Look at these guys going at it, just firing off at each other. Nate, just forearm city right here, folks. Violence personified already early in the evening. And a great drop kick from Xavier Gotti. Coming out of the deep water with that drop kick after exchanging strikes with a man like Nate Collins. It's very difficult to get your breath and get your air enough to get up and leap up for a drop kick. And now Nate up. Xavier Gotti flipping over, skinning the cat. Now is Nate in the head scissors, flipping Nate over. Nate on the outside. But just as smooth as butter, both of these men. Now a 5 count and rolling off of the apron. A cannonball from Xavier Gotti. Might have knocked them both out. Xavier Gotti took a hard landing. He only got a 5 count right here. Both of these men need to be in. Robert Wells out of 4. And I think that bell is going to ring. That's a 5 count. That's a double count out, folks. That is a double count out, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, this being a grappler's match, both men were counted out outside the ring. Both men have been disqualified according to referee Robert Wells. Both men disqualified. Nate Collins retains the title.
And as you heard Robert Sullivan say, Nate Collins has retained your title by double count out after Xavier Gotti hit a very volatile cannonball. Knocked them both out for the 5, and that is where the rules of a Grappler's Championship match can come into play. They might have been able to reach the 10 count, but a 5's a little bit quick. Robert Wells rang that bell, and Nate Collins is still your Grappler's Champion. Folks, we have a lot more to come here. King of Sports Wrestling, I'm Charles Murphy, your captivating commentator. Stick around, folks.